I'm Chronix from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your Smackdown review for May 25th, 2012. If you've noticed, we haven't been making videos in a while, and that is because we've moved all the way from Central Texas to here in the center part of Arkansas. Holy crap, I said that wrong. Anyways, we're finally moved in. We've been doing, all the stuff necessary to move, like changing our driver's license, getting new license plates, and becoming Arkansas residents, and it's been a total pain, but I think we're good. We finally got the internet turned on this morning after a very humongous delay, but I'm sure I'm going to get into all that in some other time, in some other video, about the complications of moving. It was completely crazy. Now, I will admit I haven't seen every single episode of WWE programming. I saw part of Raw, and I saw nothing of the last Smackdown. I missed a lot of the pay-per-view, so I'm not really exactly sure what's going on in every single area, but we will see how this goes as I try to get through this and try to understand as everything is going on. Okay, first of all, we get a video package from Raw talking about Cena losing at the pay-per-view against John Laurinaitis. I did not know this, but I keep asking myself this. If John Cena beat Brock Lesnar with one or two moves, how is it even feasible that he got beat by John Laurinaitis? Now, okay, I see. Big Show comes out, he becomes a heel, and beats the crap out of John Cena, helping John Laurinaitis, win the match and everything. But still, it's the Big Show. Brock Lesnar, I mean, he should be like the toughest guy on the entire planet. See, this goes to show that if you leave the WWE, they have no problem in putting you in your place and saying no one's bigger than the WWE. They did it with all the WCW stars. Now they did it with Brock Lesnar. And it's just hilarious. It's almost like Brock didn't see it coming. But anyways, I can't get over that. I'm sorry. I don't care if they're like 10 people. It's like, he beat Brock Lesnar with two moves. Does that make sense?
No, but, I was thinking that, sitting in front of a bunch of books makes you look really smart on your Smackdown review.
That's because I am very smart.
You look like you're, super intelligent, like Andy Rooney guy or something.
I look.
We don't look like Andy Rooney, but...
Anyways.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. It's hard for me to get over that. I haven't really gauged to see what...
cannot get over it.
The rest of the people, and wrestling fans, because I haven't been on the internet. But to me, it just sounds completely insane. But I didn't see the whole match, so maybe it makes sense and I don't know it. Alright, so, Big Show's turned heel, which I like. I like the fact that the Big Show is a heel because...
He's a heel? That's good.
Yeah, were you not listening? Because, see, just his whole goofy attitude. I mean, I guess he finally got the 15 cents off the residuals off of Netflix and his crappy movie and everything, and now it's all paid off, and now he can be a bad guy. Alright, but Eve comes down, and, with Eve as the position that she's in, she's automatically guaranteed to get more television time.
The position that she's in?
Sexual jokes. She's guaranteed to get more TV time than being a Divas wrestler or any wrestler. Anybody with the title wrestler's occupation, she's pretty much going to get more television time overall anyways. So, she comes down and she reminds us that John Laurinaitis is the general manager of Raw and SmackDown, something I'm sure that everyone already realized. Just rubbing it in, right? That Laurinaitis also won at the pay-per-view, which I just talked about. And that Laurinaitis is not there because he's on an international business trip. And everybody goes hooray. And not just like Smackdown edited in hoorays, for real hoorays. You can see people very excited that Laurinaitis is not there. And I am glad to see him not on every single solitary show because when I see him all the time, it just makes him seem less important. That's why I think having Eve there makes it all equal out, so we don't get overexposed to Laurinaitis and then he becomes stale, because he was very much in danger of that, in my perspective. Alright, she's in charge, she says so. Sheamus hit Laurinaitis on Raw, and she needs like an apology from this or something. Del Rio comes out, and he wants a title shot against Sheamus. I mean, why not? And then Randy Orton comes out. Alright. Now, we know Randy Orton and his promo skills, right? He comes out, he says the same thing.
Randy Orton.
Right, alright, and you didn't watch Smackdown, right?
Nope.
Alright, well, get ready for this spoiler alert. Orton gets the microphone and he says this.
Did he say I'm Randy Orton?
He says, "My name is Randy Orton."
Woo!
And he says it very slowly. And I just, slowly as I possibly can, smack my forehead. And I'm like, really, dude? I mean, maybe it's his catchphrase, but still.
What kind of catchphrase is, "This is my name"? class. Hello, my name is...
That is true. It's very, very basic stuff. I don't know if that really does constitute being a catchphrase. It's like, yeah, exactly, like saying hi. Okay. And he says, you know, he's a face, so he says, do you want to see me face for the championship or the bad guy Del Rio? And, you know, big pops for that. And then Kane comes out. He says that this is the 666th episode of Smackdown, and he wants to face the ghost, the white ghost, of Sheamus for the championship, because he's like the devil's favorite demon or whatever. So actually, I did like that little segment promo thing. You know, it fits his character and makes him seem a little bit scary and conniving and crazy.
Yeah, newsflash everyone. Chronics enjoyed the segment promo thingy.
Wow, you really added to that. Alright, now, Eve, she says, alright, we're going to have to make this a triple threat match. And she didn't say three-way, because that would have just been too hilarious, right?
Yep.
And it's going to be for later, not for now. It's like the main event or something. Alright, now, and that's going to be for the number one contendership for the World Heavyweight title, those three guys. Alright, so Christian, the Intercontinental Champion, did not know that until just now. No kidding. Well, somebody did send me the results, so thanks for that on Twitter, and I actually did know that, but I totally forgot. Comes out with the, you know, the old school Intercontinental belt that he won from Cody Rhodes at the pay-per-view, and now he's going to face Hunico, which I don't know why. I guess Hunico deserves an Intercontinental Championship match, whatever. I'm not going to complain. They're defending a championship, and I'm getting to see Christian having a match for the first time in a long time. So it's good to see him with the championship, and the people genuinely liked Christian. You know, there was the fake pops and everything, but you could tell that people had an invested interest in Christian, and people like Christian, and people want to be behind Christian. And I like that. Genuine liking for someone without the fake crowd pops like they do for so many people. The guy...
Christian's face now?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true. He was like a bad guy last time, right?
Yes. But I'm glad that he's a face that's more suited to him.
Yeah, and I mean, it was cool to see him as the Intercontinental Champion, and, yeah, it fits him well. So he has a good match, he's a good worker, and I really did actually enjoy it, even though it was Hunico. I mean, Hunico was a good wrestler, too. Okay, so Christian wins the match. After the match, Cody Rhodes says that, you know, you winning is doing nothing for the belt. I'm talking about legitimacy here. People like Santino are not legitimate, you're not legitimate, and he's like, you know, the Intercontinental Championship, it was legitimate when Razor Ramon, Macho Man, and HBK had it. So he sounds like every single person on the freaking internet with a video camera saying, oh, the Intercontinental Championship's not legitimate. It's never been legitimate since 1996. Come on, man. Oh. Anyways, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, two guys that I don't really care for, but I'm starting to care for them a little bit more. They come out and they're a little funny, they're a little entertaining, they're a little annoying, but they're heels, whatever. And I do like that they keep showing up. See, this is the thing. This is human nature. I am having a basic human nature reaction. I see two new people, and I don't really like them because I don't know them and I don't care about them. Everyone thinks like that. But after you see them for a while, you know, people that you really actually don't like at first, they end up becoming your friends, you know, and you like people. You know, it makes it, what?
Nothing good.
But, so I'm starting to like them a little bit. Titus, he is a way too big of a man to be wearing the color teal. It just is kind of weird. And he's so big and he's so tall, but he floats around like he's a freaking balloon. It's just weird. Like, his movements are weird to me, I'm just saying. They're facing the Usos, so tag team wrestling still exists. Oh my god. But Darren Young and Titus O'Neil win, and it wasn't that bad of a match. Now, guess who's returning to SmackDown next week? It is none other than Sin Cara.
Really?
For the millionth time.
Wait, is it like real Sin Cara, or second Sin Cara, or third Sin Cara?
It's the original.
Original Sin Cara?
I can't ever tell the difference because we don't get to watch it on television with the HD feed because we could not afford cable and we still can't afford cable. Oh my god. We do have a much...
It's more like we don't feel the need to spend the money on it.
Yeah, it seems like such a waste. It's like $60 a month? Oh my god, that's like buying a WWE pay-per-view. Who does that? Anyways, every single month? Yeah. Alright. Now, two jobbers, Brian Edwards and Kevin Bendel. I wrote down their names just for the very slim chance that someday they become actual stars, and then I have it right here on video that I actually said their names instead of just calling them jobbers of the week. So, okay, these two average Joes facing none other than Ryback. Get the Goldberg chance and everything, but Ryback, man, he is a freaking mammoth. He looks awesome, and it's funny to me, because this gimmick is like the Goldberg gimmick in some ways, right? But it's a new guy playing the character, and it's working. It's like almost like a no one guy. I mean, he was in the Nexus, but I mean, the vast majority of the people don't really know who he is. But the character is working. But then you take like another monster behemoth like Tensai, who was like a intercontinental kind of like mid-card kind of guy who didn't really ever become super successful, and you bring him back and try to make him a main event level star and try to push him into that role, and it totally fails. So I'm glad to see that Ryback, a new guy, going up and being more popular and everything. So Ryback, he does some power bombs, kind of like what Brock Lesnar did when he first debuted in 2002 and everything. Double stacks him, does a Samoan drop, and he screams, "Feed me." And the match is over. Or at least I think he screams, "Feed me." I'm always confused because the audio is kind of, I don't know. And, but he's got to be saying "feed me," right? Like, feed me more? I don't really understand what that means. Feed him what? More jobbers?
Souls.
Souls?
Feed me souls.
He's not Kane.
I'm trying to help.
Anyway, Santino and Ricardo Rodriguez. Ricardo Rodriguez is an actual wrestler, if you did not know. Ricardo Rodriguez does his own entrance, saying his own name as he comes out, and Michael Cole says it takes true talent to do that. Well, I guess Road Dogg had true talent because he did the same thing. Oh, and so did R-Truth. But Road Dogg, in every single way, has talent on the microphone and in the ring, but he's not in this match, so why am I talking about him? But, okay, here it is. Right here. People are always saying, 5-star matches, oh my god, where's the 10 German suplexes and all that, and where's the chain wrestling? These guys literally, I don't think, maybe once, but I'm pretty sure, literally did not hit the mat, did not get slammed one time, and they had an entertaining match that was really awesome, and I liked it. See, look, if you can never hit the ring, never take a bump one time in a match, and like work an entire match, and that's what you gotta do. I mean, how awesome is that? If you could be a wrestler and you never even had to do one move, that's like the best match ever. I mean, it's the smartest match ever if you want to have longevity or whatever. So let me break down the match. Ricardo starts running the ropes by himself. He finally runs out of steam like it's a WWE video game, right? Santino puts the airplane spin. They both get dizzy. Santino goes under the ring. He's playing some mind tricks. Ricardo's trying to look under the ring, all confused. And then boom, Cobra. Santino wins. That was the end of the match. Brilliant. And I've seen Santino have matches like this with Zack Ryder on Superstars before. Yeah, I think it was him. And it was also like this. So I've got to believe that Santino is actually very smart when it comes to psychology like this. And I'm not saying that every freaking match should be like that, because that would be insane. But, on a match like this, does it really matter? So why should they be killing each other out there? That just doesn't make any sense. They should be protecting each other. Anyways. Alright. I should have gotten some water, but I didn't. Sheamus is coming down to the ring to apologize because he accidentally hit John Laurinaitis on Raw. And, okay, he said, I accidentally did it. I accidentally did it on purpose. Now, okay, Crystal, what does that mean, accidentally on purpose? Is that like an oxymoron?
No, it means that you did it you wanted to do it deep down in your heart. So it was on purpose, but yet it did appear as though it was an accident, and it kind of was an accident.
That's not smart to say, though. You could just be like, oh, well, it was an accident. Or I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, but he did mean to do it deep in his heart. He wanted.
But now he's going to get in trouble because of it.
It's kind of like a Freudian slip.
A Freudian slip? Well,
physically.
I don't even know what that means. Anyways.
That's when you accidentally say something that you really meant.
Like accidentally on purpose?
That's right.
Okay.
See? It was a good analogy.
Ooh, he's going to apologize because Johnny was being an arse. And apologize for people who kiss arse like the Big Show. Okay. Sheamus Sometimes he's as thin as a piece of paper, and he most definitely is as white as a piece of paper. Okay, so Vicky Guerrero comes out to major heat, and Sheamus is going to have to face Jack Swagger, where I say, boo, where's Dolph Ziggler? I don't want to see Jack Swagger, and they mentioned that Jack Swagger was once a World Heavyweight Champion. Now, this match wasn't bad, but it does prove in my mind why he was a World Heavyweight Champion and not is a World Heavyweight Champion. Jack Swagger, mid-Carter, for life. Alright, so bro kick, Sheamus wins. It was a pretty long match, but whatever, it seemed long anyways. Yoshitatsu is in the ring. Damien Sandow is going to come down and have a match. Gets on the microphone, starts doing his thing. And Damien Sandow does like 2 moves, and on each move he does like a roll through. You know, he like rolls backwards and then stands up to show how athletic he is, I guess. I mean, he's smart and athletic. I mean, golly, I guess he's the whole package. And he pins Yoshitatsu after a neckbreaker, and Damien Sandow wins. Yeah, and then his music plays. And I have heard some people get on the case of like his entrance music and not liking it, but come on. Daniel Bryan has a very similar like song, very old school, very classical song, and Triple H survived with a song like that, so I wouldn't worry about that. They showed the No Way Out commercial, at least on my YouTube video that I watched, and it has Daniel Bryan and AJ doing their, like, getting ran over by the train 30 silent film thing. So I wonder if they filmed that when they were still together? Because they had to work together to make the commercial. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this. Alright. Big Show comes down to the ring and is going to explain why he is a heel now. He says he loves his job and all of you don't. He says, I'm not the only person... not one person came to his defense. And I gotta call bullcrap on that, because I'm pretty sure that there was at least one person on Twitter that was coming to his defense who actually believed the storyline. I'm just saying. Alright, you get the "you sold out" chance, and he says a great line that is actually, it just fits what he's doing, and it actually makes sense. I never thought about this. But he says, when you're drowning, do you care where the lifeline comes from? Because he had to kiss butt, he had, you know, to get his job back from laryngitis because he got fired, so he went and helped him. And I mean, that makes sense. That line, it connects everything, and I like, what, you don't think that makes sense?
It makes sense.
He got his job back because of that.
I didn't think it was that profound.
I thought it was profound, I'm sorry.
You just be profound over there.
No, profoundness in these books. These books just make me feel so profound. Especially this one right here. Dave Mustaine's autobiography.
That's right. You got that for me.
Yeah, as a gift to you.
It was good.
Okay, now, alright, where was I? Alright, he got his contract and a bonus for doing that. And I like him as a heel. I just have been wanting him to be a heel for so long, and I'm just so happy. Just so happy for that to happen. And at No Way Out, he's going to beat Cena again, so I don't know if that's an official match, but whatever. He said the crowd never really cared about him. I never really cared about the Big Show. I kind of like him. I never, like, cared about him, you know? I don't know.
Sure.
Not my favorite wrestler in the world, but I do like him as a heel. I gotta say that. Alright, so he begins to leave. Kane comes out. They kind of look at each other. Now the match is going to happen. Big Show's gone. Triple threat match for the #1 contendership. It's Kane, Orton, and Del Rio. Okay, before the pyro hits, where Kane does his thing, and then the fire goes kaboom, here comes Daniel Bryan with the chair, and starts beating the crap out of him. Now, after the commercial break, Kane is in the corner as a wounded animal, grabbing his arm, because he's been beaten with the chair so many times. And, the match goes on, typical main event. Daniel Bryan comes back with the chair. He comes back twice because Kane catches him the first time. Del Rio finally comes away with the squeaky, well, not a squeaky clean win, but a sneaky win almost, with Del Rio getting the pin and winning. And that was, in fact, a Smackdown. I'm so glad to be back doing reviews. It's so awesome. We got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of issues that have been happening in the WWE that I'm sure that we're going to get to. A lot of life events that have been happening here and on YouTube. And we actually have some announcements coming up for pretty soon. And then in the future, in about a month from now. And you're giving me that look like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, I guess I'm the only one, and it'll be a surprise to you and to you.
That's
So
right. It'll be a surprise
Alright.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't. Alright. So, I will see you guys next time.